Hey, what's up, guys? Tonight's topic is Brazilian shogun Bolsonaro's strong election showing defies expectations. Well, far-right president for second round after closely trailing Lula, disappointing those who had hoped to turn a page of his influence. Tears fill Beatriz eyes as she discusses Jair Bolsonaro's startling strong performance in Sunday's Brazilian elections. Hours earlier, the 34 years old policies had been convinced a hope file down was coming with the election of Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva as Brazil's next leader. But as she stood outside Sao Paulo Museum of Art, where Lula had come to insist his fight for power was alive. She most wave as she pondered how loved one had helped Brazil's far-right incumbent to surpass a prediction of pollsters. How can it be that my friends, my relative, people who know me, who know that I am a black woman, still support the kind of things Bolsonaro supports? Simone asked. She and three friends grappled with a far-right, simply profound rhythm of society. It's terrifying. It's just bizarre for us. It's frightening. Said Raquel Barbosa, 28 years old community manager whose mother-in-law was one of nearly 700,000 Brazilians killed by COVID outbreak Bolsonaro called a little flu. Bolsonaristas trumpeted their movement strong that forecast showing which show their trailblazer secure more than 51 meters boats the speeds. His international notoriety as an authoritarian midden Seattle. Lula won the first round with 57 million votes, or 48% of the total of Bolsonaro's 43%. But Bolsonaro, unexpectedly high share, pollsters has tipped him to claim 36% or 37%, has shattered predictions that re-election is beyond his reach in the 30 October runoff against Lula. After what happened yesterday, he ruled nothing out. Absolutely nothing out at all, said Maria Cristina Fernandez, a political commentator from the newspaper Valor Econômico. Bolsonaro is not out of the picture. Bolsonaro celebrated what he declared the greatest patriotic victory in the history of Brazil, while his senator son, Flavio, hailed a victory over the mainstream media, which has been relentlessly anti-Bolsonaro. The incumbent triumphed in two key southeastern states, Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo, home to more than 47 million voters. Adding to the progressive pain, a wave of Bolsonarista hardliners were elected to Congress, with Bolsonaro's Liberal Party claiming 99 of its 513 seats, the largest bloc in more than 2 decades. The winners include Eduardo Pazuello, the Army General turned health minister accused for bumbling Brazil's COVID response, and Ricardo Salles, the controversial environment minister under whom Amazon deforestation soared. Damaso Alves, the evangelical preacher who was Bolsonaro's human rights minister, who won Senate seat, this his vice president Hamilton Mourão, his former science minister Marcos Pontes, and his former security minister, the judge Sergio Moro. Bolsonarismo has become a political project with a beginning, a middle, and an end, said Fernandez. The degree of conservatism they have managed to insert into Congress in something permanent and will take a very long time to reserve. Fernandez believed the result revealed a troubling disconnect between how Brazil's sheltering classes and journalists view Bolsonaro and who voters themselves felt. The media and the whole world was outraged by Bolsonaro's conduct and handling of pandemic, but the people don't share of doubt. She said there are divorces between the press and the intellectually elites and the people. Consuelo Diegues, the author of a book on Brazil rights called The Serpent's Egg, attributed Bolsonaro's performance to deep road and widespread voter rage and the corruption scandals that blighted the 40 years that Lula's Works Party held power. The reasoning is, I don't want the PT. I don't want this crook Lula. I don't want this lefty coming along championing things like gay marriage and abortion, she said. Well, the Bolsonaro vote had also been strengthened by billions of dollars of welfare handouts to the poor. He has dished out so much money, and even so he didn't manage to win. Dick said, rejecting the portrayal of Sunday's election as an immediate triumph for Bolsonarismo. The president's son and political heir apparent, Eduardo Bolsonaro, was re-elected to Congress, but received fewer votes than the last election and lags behind one of Lula's proteges. The leftist Guilherme Boulos, other prominent Bolsonaristas such as Douglas Garcia and Sergio Camargo founded. This wasn't victory for Bolsonaro. He did badly. Diegues insists this is the first time the candidate who is president came second in the first round. Lula narrowly won. He missed by very little. Diegues still believed Lula would beat Bolsonaro then. Bolsonaro, he did it badly. Diegues said this is the first time the candidate who is president came second in the first round. Lula nearly won. He missed very little. Diegues still believed Lula would beat Bolsonaro when 156 million Brazilians returned to the polls later this month. The third-place candidate, Simon Tebet, stepped to back Lula in exchange for a cabinet job. But for now, Bolsonaro's unforeseen surge has stilled and distressing and anticipate blow to his foes. How is it possible? How can people still hang off on this and fix Bolsonaro the same options? The most demanding as Lula and his supporters hit some home voicing a mix of deflation and defense. My tears are tears of exhaustion, Simon said, but not surrender. Well, on the other hand, why did the Brazil election posters get Bolsonaro vote wrong? Well, one expert says many surveys overrepresent poor voters, and far-right supporters may just not respond. Not for the first time, the pollster score is wrong, far from being the sweeping win for the left. The first round of Brazil's presidential election was much closer than expected, with the country far-right president significantly outperforming predictions. With almost all votes counted on Monday, Jair Bolsonaro veteran leftist rival Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva had secured 48.3%, while the populist incumbent was just 5 percentage points behind on 43.3%, a much narrower margin than most pre-election estimates. The finals to polls of the campaign, released and started by some of Brazil's most respected posters, IPEC and Datafolha, had shown Lula strangely most respected posters IPEC and Datafolha, with 50% or more of first-round votes, including blank and spoiled ballots. Both predict Lula would emerge with a 30 or 14-point margin over Bolsonaro, who was projected to win just 36% or 37% of the vote. Other late polls also placed the leftist within the margin of a outright victory in the first round. So, what went wrong? Few surveys, to be fair, were more than a couple of points of projecting Lula's final score, but many were way off with Bolsonaro. Why did so many polls fail to capture the level of the far-right figurehead support? Politic polling is notoriously a certain business. Notable recent failures include Britain's 2015 parliamentary elections, when almost 50% of polls over the 6-week campaign showed Labour ahead, but the Conservative won by 7 points. The next year, while half of the Brexit campaign polls had the vote to leave ahead, none of the British Polling Council 7 members correctly forecast the final result. Also, in 2016, US pollsters called the popular vote right, with scores that were well within their margins overall, but failed to accurately predict the swing state votes that would end up propelling Donald Trump into the White House. And moreover, while polling firms adjust for shy far-right supporters who willing to tell the truth about their voting intentions, many Bolsonaro voters, like many Trump voters, may just have refused to respond, seeing polls as a part of a fake news establishment, and the leaving posters unable to reach a large part of the electorate. Ultimately, post-stress polling remains much an art science, necessitating hard judgment not just about how different kinds of people respond to polls, but how they will end up actually voting. We are constantly running to catch up. Said Wells, every elections there will be something different. Well, it's all in all, and I see you in the next episode. Goodbye, guys.